Hi, this is Dr. John DeWitt with SimpleChiroMarketing.com and SavingLivesThroughMarketing.com. And if you're looking to switch from an insurance-dependent practice to more of a cash-based model, then this brief video is for you.
Yeah, and something that I like too, and if you could elaborate on this, this would be great. People that come in that, like when we were converting, the doctors are really scared if they're insurance dependent right now. They're afraid that if they decide, okay, I'm going to go all cash now, that they're going to lose half their patients. And in our experience, when we switched, that actually was not the case. And even if people are on insurance, is there a way to use the CashPractice system? I know the answer to this, but I'd like you to elaborate on it a little bit.
Sure.
Is there a way you can use a patient's insurance to go towards a plan and then tell them how to handle it after that, and that way they're kind of already in the CashPractice system?
Yeah, so let me answer both of those questions. The second one was about the insurance, and then the first was actually doing the conversion. So in the conversion process, when a office is first going on board and they have a ton of insurance in their practice, say, I want to go more of a cash base. How do we do it? I don't want to lose patients. That's my fear. I don't want to devastate my practice. And if you do it wrong, you do have the potential of devastating a practice. If you one day, typically what we see is if you just announce one day, we're going cash or we're going more cash-based, and we put up signs and send out letters to your patients, and you kind of do it in this broadcast fashion, that has a tendency of hurting a practice, because ultimately it's a how do I put it? You put the power in the patient for them to then decide whether they want to continue. They get a letter in the mail that says, "Oh, okay, well, I'm not going back there per se." And
yeah, the take it or leave it kind of thing.
Exactly. So there is a strategy for doing it, and there's a process we teach our doctors how to do this. Step one is you make the decision you want to do it. The doctor has to decide in their mind that this is what they want to do and get their staff on board. Everybody has to be behind this effort. The second step to doing this is then you're going to go ahead and you're going to start doing this with your new patients. You're not going to touch your old patients at all. You're just going to start doing what you've learned to do with new people, and you're going to get good at it. And once you get good at it, after a couple dozen patients, at that point you're going to say, okay, now we're going to start doing our old patients. And the way you handle the old current practice members is you do them one at a time. You schedule each one for a progress exam or a re-examination. You then reevaluate them. You give them an updated set of recommendations, even if it's the same recommendations they already had, but nonetheless you're doing a reevaluation with updated recommendations. And then part of that recommendations that you're going to then allow them to be, but you're going to then educate them on the new financial procedures you have in your practice for them to be able to utilize your new service, the new treatment plan that you're doing. When you do recommend those services, and then when you do go over the new treatment plan, one of the things that we end up teaching to do, and this is actually something I learned from Dave Jackson, is that you will go ahead and couple that recommendation along with the news that if they don't do your new program, that unfortunately the prices that you charge are going to be going up. And you blame a third party for why the prices are going up. So it might go something like this. John, that cost of insurance is going up, healthcare costs are going up continuously, what's going on, and unfortunately that's going to start impacting our practice. In the event you decide not to use our new financial program we're going on, unfortunately due to the rising cost of healthcare, we're going to have to raise your fees for you to continue services if you choose to continue to pay the way you've been paying. However, you can go on our new program, we'll be able to offer you the discount or whatever the program's going to be. And you blame a third party for doing that. And it's a very effective way of converting one person at a time. And eventually, over the course of 6 to 8 months, you'll convert your entire practice over this way. But you don't do it all in one fell swoop. So that's the strategy you put in place for doing a conversion of your old practice to this new way.
I appreciate it, Dr. Botson. It has been extremely, extremely helpful. And as I said, this is Dr. John DeWitt with SimpleChiroMarketing.com and also SavingLivesThroughMarketing.com. And I hope you enjoyed this information. And as I said, or as Dr. Botson mentioned, if you enter the referral code JDDC50, you'll get an extra bonus if you sign up. All right. Thanks a lot.